I wanted to write a series of poems about the people in a Viking Age burial ground. I freely stole the concept from Edgar Lee Masters' Spoon River anthology. I wanted to tell the stories of some ordinary lives of that period. I did not choose a Norse verse form deliberately, because this is a series that I wrote about the Norse, not one the Norse would have written about themselves. And I chose to write in iambic pentameter because it is the easiest verse form to recite in English and not sound sing-song, as trochees would have done if I had used a Norse form. It was also used in period, Chaucer, for example, and so I felt comfortable using it. The poems and the stories that accompany them are now called the Rune River Anthology. The Runestone. This stone was raised for Astrid, Arnulf's daughter. Never shall a finer woman come to Berka, or one who was more revered. Carved by her husband, Thorbjorn Halfdanson. Astrid, I cannot carve the truth on stone. There is not stone enough on all the coast to make a record of what you have done, and never were you one to make a boast. But I remember when I saw you first, a laughing girl with golden hair and eyes that were as blue and deep as open sea, and called me just as hard. And all the lies that I had used beguiling pretty maids deserted me. I stammered like a boy, and paid you court beneath your mother's eye. I won your heart, and wed you in my joy, and like the sun you brought into my stead warmth and light, and, singing at your loom, did more than any tapestry or fire could do in bringing beauty to the room. You bore my sons and daughters all with joy, and kept the stead when I went south to raid. It prospered more beneath your hands than mine. And yet you came, as merry as a maid, to greet me every time my ship came home, and ask advice on all that you had done, as if you needed it. And all those winters taught your wisdom to our daughters and our sons, and they grew tall and brought us so much pride. Our girls all married well, our sons had means. The eldest brought his wife home to our hall. We should have had good years to end our dreams. But you grew ill and died, telling your love of me who left you all those years alone. Since you are gone, there is no joy in life. Astrid, I cannot carve the truth on stone,